Hi guys, I just updated my background. This car you see, uh, it's pretty big right now, so I went and added some air into it, so it has a second life. I just fuel it, on the gas station. Okay, so let's continue. So what do we have? Handle, expand, runtime, CMD. So yeah, so it is like completion for runtime command. Expand load plugin names. So basically it is expanding like plugin names when you enter them, right? So here you can see it like okay, so it's strange, right? Yeah, maybe just this function is really not expanding, but it's like giving all of the files depending on a pattern and what is num file, not known. CMD source file name, and this is stack, right? So yeah, probably we just have this file and we just add it to stack, right? Okay, we source this file. Okay, we source the stack and actually we're adding to it somewhere, right? I don't see. Open script. Anyway, we source something. And this one is basically sourcing. So this is basically the vim command that is being used and executed in this function. And talking about vim and Emacs in general, so if it would be Emacs, then this function would be written, of course, on Lisp, and yeah, and basically that's the difference. So I don't really see a point of Emacs and Emacs Lisp, to be honest. Um, Maybe yeah, writing the plugins are more easier, right? Because you use this Lisp. Um, but I don't really think so. I mean, the programming language doesn't really matter if you just know how to use it. So yeah, yeah. The problem is that some people like use Emacs and say like it is a Lisp, so it is cool, So basically, you can then you can say like, okay, I use Vim, C is cool, or Vim script is cool. I don't know. So yeah, personally, I don't think like some language is cooler than other language. Mm, Maybe because I don't really know like all the languages, right? But again, I think like it doesn't really matter. I mean, especially nowadays when you just I don't know have some task and you want to perform some action and you know how to do it specifically in some specific language, you just I don't know use ChatGPT and that's all. So I think nowadays the language itself is not the real the real um, the real how to say it uh, the real point. I mean to use something. So it's not the main thing. I think. Okay, so we find this file name and we just source it. Okay. Options. So this is basically this command vim command. Again, I don't use it as to be honest, I don't really use any like advanced commands of reading command lines, so I'm quite noob with these things. So what do we see here? We just had something, I don't know what is it, and set environment, and yeah, it's strange because I mean this command should actually just display anything. So for me it's quite strange that it's setting something. Okay, source breakpoint returns the address holding the next break. Okay, it's like something with the breakpoints again. I didn't use it, so I cannot really say something about it. Source debug tick. Okay, returns the address holding the debug tick for a source. Okay. Again, this is something debugging, so as I understand it is possible in Vim to debug something, so it is cool. And it is pretty logical, right? So if you create some language, like they created a Vim script, I mean they Bram, right? Created a Vim script, so it's pretty logic that when you create some language, you also create some debugging for it. Source level returns the nested level of a source cookie. Okay. Source next line. Okay, so it's like Python. I don't know. It's executing line by line, right? fopen now read bean special function to open a file without handle inheritance. This is quite cool, right? And fun. That basically C doesn't have like inheritance like C++ does, but we actually have it. When possible, the handle is closed on exit. Yeah, and this is like the point that I was talking about sometimes. So, and I think basically so. You don't really have to read books. I mean, you can, and we actually did it. We looked up like advanced C Unix book to my previous videos, so just to get an overview of possibilities and stuff. But actually, it's not like a possibilities. It's like it is like given in that book some code chunks that actually we looked at. But yeah, but I mean, it is not enough. I mean, it's okay, but just for, I mean, yeah, of course, like you know something after you watch book or read it, or I don't know. But yeah, but it is not all. I mean, so for example, inheritance they didn't touch at all, and now we see in the Vim source code some inheritance stuff. So you see that it is more like important to see like actual projects that are written and how they're written and what they actually use, because I mean the book is okay, but it doesn't give any guarantees, right? So what guarantee does it gives? Nothing, right? I mean, yeah, of course you can trust the author of this book, but it's not really a solid reason, right? Because I mean, it's a solid reason if you trust the author, but um, how can you trust someone? I don't know. I mean, for me, it's more evident and more uh, logic to trust like the program that is actually being used nowadays by millions, and it is being used like for a long time, and it has a lot of lines of code, and it has a lot of contributors and other stuff, and it's like very popular. It is used by a lot of, I don't know, distributions and a lot of people in general. So yeah, for me it's more like proven, right? Some sort of. So what I'm trying to say is that I mean I'm saying it for myself. Like I didn't know that also, right? And didn't think of it also, or maybe I was like scared to look at some projects, big projects, source code, right? I mean, yeah, it's kind of logical that I was scared because I mean it's a huge project, and of course, like there is a lot of lines of code, and of course there can be like hard to understand, especially like from the beginning. Um, but yeah, but actually this is like the thing that actually like teaches you a lot of stuff. So yeah, so the point I'm saying is that like yeah, of course you can read books, but just take as option that there is like projects that maybe you are also familiar with. So for example, VIM, yeah, I'm like familiar with it because I'm basically using it. So uh, not just it is like just I'm uh, looking at the code, but I'm actually like uh, I'm connecting this with my actual user experience of this program. So it's at this effect uh, of looking at things like from different points, right? Right, like as a user and as so how it actually is working in the end and how it is actually implemented, right? So maybe when I was like using VIM, I'm like doing some command and I can think like okay, like it does it, but how I don't have any idea, and in general like how it is written I don't have any ideas. I mean I could have an idea, but it is like idea from my point of view and from my experience, right? But actually like when you see this actual code, you gain another experience, right? And you gain another point of view, and you really like look things like from a different point of view, and you can see something fun, something interesting, uh, something new. Yeah, and also like from here I see some features actually that are actually implemented, but I didn't use them